All right, what's going on? I never understand why Twitch randomly doesn't recognize my microphone as the default. It like randomly on its own accord is like, he's probably not using that anymore, and then it like goes to the. I have to like reselect it for. It's all good, dude. Life's good. What the hell am I even talking about? It's fantastic to be with you guys tonight on a beautiful Tuesday evening, 8:30 Pacific time out here, and really excited for tonight's stream, IFR Tuesdays, and I'm I'll probably say this a couple of times as more and more people come in, but really happy with the results from Kalitta Charters, and blessed to be able to start flying with them. I am now gearing toward the rest of these IFR Tuesdays need to be geared toward flying Kalitta charter routes and just getting familiar with the workload flow. Um, uh, Getting to well, I'm not flying the CJ4, but and the alternative would be to fly the Learjet 45, which is the airplane that they offered the job to me to fly. The alternative is to fly the Learjet 45 in Microsoft Flight Sim and FSX. Just absolutely like dog shit, dude. Like, I'm a big fan of FSX. I think it gets the job done better in some cases than Microsoft 2020 when it comes to how um, aircraft really behave and modeling that. But the Learjet 45, and I was really excited that 20 FSX came with a Learjet 45 stock. I was like, oh my god, dude. And it is kind of helpful to sit in the airplane and be able to look around and see where everything is laid out and everything. But there's just so much in there that is not active, that's not used. That it's really just point. Like, I would get exactly the same, if not better, information from just looking through the pilot manuals, like for the aircraft, at the cockpit diagrams, like the cockpit layouts and stuff like that. So at least in Flight Sim 20, or in Microsoft 2020, in the working title CJ4, I'm able to kind of somewhat get a feel for the at least that class of airplane, while getting genuine like FMS uh, work done, um, genuine like using the actual the Jeppesen procedures. It is unfortunate that flying in that area of the country. Ackerloo, what's up, dude? What's going on? Welcome. It is unfortunate that like in that part of the country they don't have there's no pilot edge, but it's all good, man. It's really just about getting familiar with the procedures in that part of the country. So, dude, it's all good, man. It's all good. I was just saying, IFR Tuesdays, we're flying the routes for a company that I just got an offer to fly for, man. I'm so pumped. Um, and yeah, very unfortunate that I can't do it in the airplane that they hired me to fly, but better than nothing. To be able to fly the routes in the working title CJ4. So let's put the flights together. I've been doing some research on in various ways for this company, and doing some research on just what was it, flight radar, uh Flight Radar 24 that will, I just picked one of the tail numbers that I know of that they use, and you can see the history of where this plane has been in the recent. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check it one more time because I think it was right in the middle of a flight. Let's see here. I feel like, oh, this is so interesting. I feel like, let me actually show you what I'm looking at here. This is from, what, today, I believe. 5,000 feet. All right. So this is from today. This is, oh, Flight Aware, excuse me, Flight Aware. And 451 Charlie Kilo is not this type of airplane. It is 22. Well, I don't know about Kalitta Charters 22. I do know that right there. That's correct. So Kalitta Charters, the Learjet 45, and 5,000 feet. That's crazy, man. That's pretty. It's pretty low. But looks like. Oh, and then here they are doing landings. It looks like. So let's see what they did here. So they took off. They're out there, and then boom. They looks like that's some like autopilot type shit that like they threw the autopilot on. Right away, 4,500 the whole way. So yeah, climbing, and then they probably set 5,000 or 4,500. Yeah, that's an autopilot for sure. So they holding a 26 and a 280, 290, 299, like a 303, 300. No, I think they're just holding 4,500 right there pretty consistently. It looks like autopilot maybe. And then out there maneuvering, they're still holding 4,500 perfectly. So I wonder if it's just like heading mode to kind of get a feel for how that changes heading. And then looks like they tried a steep turn maybe by hand because they kind of lose some altitude there. Do maybe some hand flying. I'm not really sure. Just some nice like maneuvering. It's so crazy, man. What I wonder what's out there. Just Ackerloo, have you ever flown a military plane? I have not. Sorry, I'm like super late to get back to you. I have not flown any military planes. No, definitely not. But my uncle is in. Both my uncles were in the military, and both uncles went to two different academies. One uncle went to the Naval Academy, and went to the Air Force Academy, and it was the Air Force Academy guy that actually inspired me to fly when I was a kid. So it was really cool to be able to text him earlier today, tell him the good news. And Evox, dude, I appreciate it, man. They called me, I think yesterday actually. Yeah, so see, this is just all yeah, this is all flat out here. And then there, oh, this must be Jackson right here. So between Ypsilanti and, is that, so it's like a little cross. Let's see here, cross. Yep, that's what is it, Jackson County. So they were all in here doing their thing. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so then, so it looks like they're, oh, they did after their, it looks like they were hand flying some steep turns maybe, and then slope, or yeah, some like practicing some descent, climbs and descents. Oh, you know what? Look at, this is all at the same no, these are speeds, man. This is slow flight, dude. This is slow flight. Like, look at that. That's the constant altitude of 4,500 feet and slowing the airplane down. You know what? It probably was all autopilot stuff today, because they're holding 4,500 feet like crazy well. But the fact, that they slow down speed, I bet that they were doing autopilot stuff, altitude hold mode, and dialing the power back, and then looking at, how the airplane will maintain altitude, how slow can you get, probably configuring with flaps and stuff, get the speed back up, and then start a descent profile. Descending. Dude, no shit. They actually cross-countryed somewhere really quick. They're on a downwind leg for this airport right here. Descending. That was kind of weird. I wonder why they did that little thing. But yeah, then they do a touch and go right here. Or, yeah, because they don't see them stopping. And what airport is that? Oh, that's this Class Charlie out here, man. They went to what, Eugene? Yo, Eugene Kranz, dude. That guy, Eugene Kranz is he was the flight director, or he was what, Capcom? Was he? No, not Capcom. Yeah, he was the flight director, whatever. I gotta look this guy up, but he was like the director of the mission control for in the Apollo era. He was the guy that was on. He was the director at that time when like Apollo 13 and shit was going on, dude. In real life, Gene. They called him Gene, but like I believe Gene Kranz, Eugene Kranz. Bro, absolutely, dude. Eugene Kranz is an American aerospace engineer, former fighter pilot, flight director. Served as NASA's second chief flight director after. What was the first guy's name? Damn, I know it if I. Um, he's the second guy, and then the first guy. Damn, how come I can't remember his name? I remember. Yeah, that's crazy though, man, that they is he still alive? Nah, he's not. Yeah, no, no, yeah, he's alive. He's alive. Damn. Imagine meeting this guy. It's not a bad looking dude, dude. You know what I mean? Gene fucking Kranz, dude. Yeah, dude, this guy played him in the movie Apollo 13. They did such a good job casting that shit. Dang. There's a book of his that I have yet to read. That's about it's like about his rise to this position. Did I turn? No, I'm not gonna give 2 weeks. I'm gonna tell them what the situation. Failure is not an option, bro. Yeah, dude. I wonder, do I have? I have to look and see really quick. I believe I have failure is not an option. Hold on, let me look on my Audible. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna give 2 weeks. I'm gonna keep instructing there. I'm gonna help them. I'm gonna tell them. Let's see here. Failure is not an option. Yeah, because I'm gonna be 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. And I would like to come back here. Oh yeah, baby, there it is. Failure is not an option. Mission control from Mercury to Apollo 13 and beyond. Gene Kranz. Ooh, yeah. So, yeah, no, I do want to stay active there and help out where I can, but if they don't want that, then that's a different issue. But yeah, I am trying to have a flight instruction job when I fly, because the job actually doesn't fly that many hours per month. Some super busy flight instructors are flying like 70 or 80 hours a month. Same thing with like really busy charter jobs, dude. They'll fly you to the bone. But this, I want to say, is like 45 hours a month or something like that. And with the possibility of flying more in my 2 weeks off if I want to volunteer. But yeah, anyway, so let's see what these guys did. So they landed at Eugene Kranz. Pretty awesome. It looks like they did. It looks like they did a touch and go because they, which is insane. It's insane to think about. It's a Learjet, dude. It's fucking 172. It's just like a Learjet to do a touch and go like that. Climb back up 3,500 feet. And Avenue, what's up, dude? What's going on, man? So yeah, they did the touch and go. They're on their way out there, 3,600 feet. They look like they're doing a lot of autopilot stuff, I'm thinking. Nice little like figure 8-ish type thing there. That's a nice little S turn. Or like a little, 8 thingy. So there you go. Actually, you know what that is? That looks like a that's a teardrop maneuver. That right there. They probably, oh wow, that would be really cool in altitude hold and then in heading mode to change the heading back to where you were. I wonder if there's like a VOR there. Is there a VOR that they were following? Maybe Mansfield or maybe Litchfield. The the Litchfield VOR right there, because it looks like they were tracking something, and then to come back around, but then actually they go off of it again anyways. Huh. Oh, and then they hold right there. So, oh, that's not a hold though. Oh no, they land again. So, oh, you know what they do? They do a circling maneuver. So, yeah, they practice. I wonder if there's a VOR approach into this airport. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh no, they were just trying to land on a different runway. So what runway is that? Let's see. Runway runway 34. GPS runway 34. Yeah, they might have been practicing an instrument approach where out here, you know, maybe right here they're like getting the weather and stuff like in the, you know, they get the weather for Eugene. They probably already had it anyways. And then right here they're kind of set up on like maybe the RNAV runway 34, and then they're gonna circle to runway what is that, runway 7, 10,000 foot long runway. Pretty sweet. So that'd be pretty cool. So that'd be some experience in like loading an approach and utilizing the GPS. So, the main airport. This is not the main airport. The main airport is this right here, Willow Run. It's a Class Delta airport. It's just outside of the. Well, it's underneath. I guess technically, it's underneath this Detroit Bravo. Looks like a busy as hell airport, by the way. Detroit looks like nothing to mess with. Look at that shit. God damn. Pretty crazy, man. So, let's see. So they get set up probably for this approach, probably inputting like the RNAV. The only approach into Eugene that I can see is into that airport. Is the only runway 34 is the RNAV. Pretty decent sized runway though, I'd say. That's the same. It's the same type of runway dimensions as over here in Torrance. Excuse me. But how cool is this to do the RNAV runway 34? And yeah, because then they go down to what altitude? 19. So the question is, see how on the profile on the green line, the green line goes down, 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 right? They're like descending out of what, 3,600 feet, and they start a descent, and then they go down, and then they go back up again, right? It's like a little, it's 23, 24, 23, 22, 19, and then 18 for a second, and then back to 19. So there's something about 1,900 feet right there. It's almost like they were descending, they got too low and went, oh, we're supposed to be at 19, right? I wonder where 19 is. Yeah, why did they pick 19? I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure because circling for this airport is 1,200 feet. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it has to do with the pattern altitude at this airport. I don't see anything for TPA. So TPA would then put it at, well, 1,000 feet above would be 1,700 feet then. I guess I just don't know why they stopped at 1,900 for the circling maneuver. Because it's not a minimum altitude on the approach. If you go to if they did the RNAV 34 circle to runway 7, the circling is 1,200, so which is puts you at 500 feet above the ground. Field elevation of 683 makes 1,700 foot traffic pattern altitude. And I know that, you know, typically if you're going to circle, if you're gonna enter the pattern for a runway that after like kind of going over the middle of the airport, you want to be 500 feet above traffic pattern altitude. But I'm assuming in the jet you'd be like 1,000 feet above or something. I don't know, but I don't know. I guess I'm just confused why they picked 2,300 and then down. So I don't know. It's kind of peculiar. But in any case, there's 19. Descending, and then 900 foot. Oh, no. They actually stay level at 1,000 feet or 900 feet. So, yeah, they probably didn't do this. They probably just, I don't know, they probably did their own thing. But in any event, what we do know is that they did not land. They overflew the runway and then got into a downwind, a rounded base, and a final descending turn. Really tight in pattern, by the way. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Really tight in pattern for, I mean, that's like a regular size pattern. Yeah, I think maybe. That looks like a regular distance pattern. I mean, that's really, really tight down to the ground. And then climb out. So another touch and go. The speed never comes to, you know, less than, 150 knots. So they're straight out there. This is some hand flying though. You can see how like kind of crooked it's not bad, but it's definitely a little, whoa, compared to this is like computer heading mode straight. You have to pass check rides. I do have to pass a check ride, but it's not, I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know much about it. I know that there's a lot of things that I need to demonstrate my ability to do. But you know, you go through a lot of training, dude. Like, it's 5 weeks of ground and then a week of sim. And in those 5 weeks, like, it's exterminatus. What's going on? Hello. Yeah, so this is all by hand for sure. Heading change. No. Training is 5 weeks straight of ground and then a week of sim, and then your training is continuous all the way through. I think I saw somewhere in there like there's like maybe 5 days off or something, but I think it's five. I think it's 5 weeks means 5 weeks. But yeah, it's straight all the way straight through. But they do pay like arrange for hotel accommodations. It's also paid training, which is really cool. Okay, so let's see here. 4,600. Yeah, this is definitely by hand. All this stuff in here. So it looks like they did some autopilot stuff first. So this is all by hand. You can see the altitude's kind of off by like 100 feet, 200 feet. Those like they level off at 37, and then it's like 35, 36, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33. Yeah, so it's like like, and then um descending. Dude, you totally should, man. We're getting into some dope stuff tonight, man. There's a company that I just got an offer for to work for, flying this airplane, and I've been following this 451 Charlie Kilo. This Learjet is what they offered. It's the Learjet and it's the Learjet 45 and the Falcon 20. And God damn it, we're flying some of the routes for the company tonight. I've been following this airplane, and what I did is I went into the history like this. I just went over the days, like what are these airport pairs that they go back and forth between, and then we can come here and like map it all out and just see like what the procedures are and just go do it. In not the airplane in particular, like specific, but in something similar. So here they are. Oh yeah, this is for sure. This is for sure by hand, because you can see here like as the green line goes down, they're descending, right? So this person, this pilot, probably reduced power, let the nose come down, but didn't trim or anything like that. And so you can see here the speed kind of picking up here, 320, and it goes 328, picks up almost 10 knots, and then they even it out like in the descent. And then they level off here at 37. It's like whoa, and then it starts slowing down and descending. That's pretty nice. Look at that profile. The descent, the altitude's decreasing and the speed is slowing down. Probably applied some flaps in there. They're getting ready for the landing for sure. So they are over the airport at 3,600 feet. They're on autopilot right now, though, actually. So they did do a little bit of hand flying, but it looks like maybe 60% of this was autopilot, or maybe 70% of this was autopilot. Maybe 60. And just messing with different autopilot modes. That's pretty cool, at least based on what the data shows. But this person got to hand fly it a little bit, which is pretty sick. This is hand fly. So they turn the autopilot on here, probably to get the weather for the airport, and then it's hand flying it here, hand flying it here. It's, as you can tell, it's a little wavy. What about my students? Dude, my students will be okay. My students will I'll take care of them. I'll still help them on my 2 weeks back. Fucking idiot. I'll still help them when I come back. I'll do what I can if I'm there on my 2 weeks off. If I'm there and volunteering, and continuing to fly, then I'll do like probably consulting like on Zoom or something like that, and yeah, definitely help out when I come back, and just set them up with somebody good, here in the meantime. But I did tell my flight school today that I can't accept any more new students, so I already have like 7 students, so I gotta figure that out. One of them's getting ready to take his check ride though. But anyway, yeah, I was saying like the speed is decreasing and the altitude's decreasing right here. They're getting ready for they're on a downwind leg right here. So their level here, speed slowing down. That's pretty impressive actually. To they kept the power setting low and then they actually leveled off. They realized they were a little bit too fast, so they keep that speed coming down. They're on final at like 160 something knots, 170 knots. They are actually way too Oh, interesting. Or what is that? That's at what is let's see, 150. 130 knots. So that makes sense. So they're on final at 130, and that's pretty consistent with what I see in the CJ4. See, there's short final right there. And what runway did they... Oh, you know what? Only one of these is available. What is that? 2-3 left, I believe. Yeah, so here is the lowest speed at 147. 130, 120 knots. So that's kind of what I see too is... that's actually a little bit faster than the CJ4. I think a lot of the time is... It's a V approach. It's an approach speed of about 120, usually a little bit less than 120, and then VREF is like 100 or 90 or something, I want to say. I'll have to see tonight. So here he is on final. And then touch and go again. Damn, these are some crazy things though. Like touch and go in a Learjet. That's nuts, bro. And then they go out again. Fly the weirdest pattern imaginable. And then let's see here what they did again on final. 145 miles an hour. 145 miles an hour. Yeah, so then... oh, you might play War Thunder later? Dang, cool, man. Dude, you should do DCS. DCS is... Unless, like, the classic planes are your... oh, I think that's what you were saying, right? You like the classic planes? If you want to get into like legitimate flight sim and you want to, experiment with how the airplane behaves and stuff, I would definitely look at X-Plane. And I want to say, somebody in here might know better than I know, is when X-Plane 12 is going to come out, but I know that I believe it's soon. So here they're holding... They're descending and holding speed, and they are... You played DCS? Yeah, DCS is the shit. Yeah, so 100 and... basically, so So wait, so what is that then? On short final, 140 miles per hour, 120 knots. Yeah, that seems a little bit faster than the CJ4 actually. So, okay. Gotcha. Well, that's pretty exciting. That's really cool, man. So that was pretty fun to walk through the flight with you guys and to see kind of speculate what they did in different parts of the flight based on the data here. You can see the chorus here in the knots. So pretty sweet, pretty sweet. So I just been following this aircraft. They got a few. They've got Kalitta Charters got a couple of Learjets and then a couple of Falcons, I think. But you know, this is good enough for sure. With this, we can go through these airport pairs, no problem. So one thing I was thinking about doing is just flying a couple of routes tonight. What do we have, man? Let's go from Flying Cloud to Midway to Chicago, and then from Chicago back to Ypsilanti. Using IFR procedures. So it's going to be departure is KFCM. And we're going to end up at Ypsilanti. Oh shit, gnarly. Via Chicago. Is that right here? Midway. MDW. Damn, dude, that's kind of crazy, dude. So let's just do one of these. Let's do Flying Cloud to Chicago Midway. And oh, I didn't have the speed. Oh yeah. So an hour. There we go. That's good. That's good. That's a good flight. And let's see on flightplan.com how they're going to be having us get there. Since we don't have the ability to be with ATC, you know, we got to do what we can to determine what they would likely give us if we were on with ATC. So we're going to create that IFR flight plan for today. And it's going to be 6863 is my citation aircraft profile. So they'll give us relevant routes based on that. And then what did we say? We said Flying Cloud. Is that what it was? FCM to MDW. Let's see what we got here. Oh, you guys, this is gonna be a good one. There's a SID and a star. So we'll get to check those out and look at this, like very, very reliably, more than 10 times these small business jets right here. Oh, here we go. 9 times. This is something here. Well, first of all, what was today? The 15th. So these were today. These were today. And then that was yesterday. So definitely those were all really recent. This was actually pretty recent too, and this was the Lear 45 actually, the Falcon. Yeah, interesting. So how is this different? Oh, the Colt. They use the Colt instead of the RST. I don't know. Greater than 10 times though. I wonder if this is actually what they would issue. Let's look and see out of Eden Prairie. Let's see what the RST is all about. Flying Cloud. Pretty cool name. So the Colt 7 or the Rochester. All right, cool. What's up with the Rochester? Pretty easy. Pretty easy SID, I would say. So, top altitude jets, we can expect a climb to 7,000. Climb and maintain 7,000, and then expecting our cruise altitude of 29,000. So what? It's not. It's just a regular SID. It's nothing even really. It's not RNAV or anything like that. I wonder if the other one is an RNAV SID. But radar required. Takeoff minimums, man. It's very straightforward. In fact, what are they flying? Or what are they taking off out of there? Weather is 060. It's at 4. So definitely runway 10, runway 10. Oh, that's weird. They got a couple of hot spots right there. So I definitely like runway 10 right. 10 right. 10 right is standard, so it's 200 feet per nautical mile. Takeoffs on all runways. Fly assigned heading and altitude for radar vectors to FGT. Gotcha. So there's flying cloud up there, and you're just clear direct Farmington, and then Faubourg, Doctor, Cordy, and then Rochester VOR. Cross Faubourg above 4,000. So you got an adder above 4,000 there. Assign transition. So we would just no transition. Waterloo transition. We probably don't need that, because then after Rochester, it's oh my. Oh, we're on the arrival actually. We're doing the oh my transition on the ND, the ND6. So let's take a look at that. So this is very, very simple SID. Probably easy to let's see, where's Rochester? And then yeah, okay, it knew what the fuck's up. So the Rochester to Rochester, no transition, and then doing the ND, an RNAV arrival, okay. With the OMI. Let's do the OMI transition. Okay, so there's OMI. Looks like Ugly and then Agony. Ugly's got a mandatory flight level of 240, flight level 240. And then descending Forest Chump between 17,000 and 210 is a chump. And then Purdy, excuse me. So yeah, pretty much we converge the Jalop and the OMI. The Jalop and the OMI transitions converge onto Purdy. and then everything converges onto ND right there. So that's pretty cool. You got all these different things converging, and we're just descending that whole time. So okay, we get to ND, and then what? So you get to ND, 250 knots mandatory between 6th and 7,000 mandatory. And then what are we up to? Well, it depends on what runway we're using at. Let's actually go, oh my. Is that how you spell it? Yeah. Oh. So they're landing 180 at 13, gusting 24. Yeah, that should be crazy in the airplane, in the jet. 180. Do they have any approaches into the 18, or what's their layout here? 180. Well, 13 might work. 13 Charlie. 13 Charlie. RNAV GPS runway 13 Charlie. Well, let's just see. Let's just see what the SID or what the star says. So, what are we doing if we're landing one of the 13s? If we're landing 13 Charlie from Stickney, then go to Gorlick. Dude, that's a pain in the ass to say. And then track to expect radar vectors final approach course. So it's up to us what we want to do, but either way, we're gonna go on this Stickney to Gorlick. So, okay, and then yeah, 13 Charlie. What approaches here do we have? 13 Charlie. I'm assuming their ILS is NOTAMed. Let's take a look at that again. Oh, Gickle. So Gickle. Actually, let's get ND. ENDEE. Oh, no wonder why they take you so far south, because they've got all these aircraft coming into O'Hare. That makes sense. So ND, and then on the RNAV 13 Charlie Gickle. And then there's the approach. Okay. So that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. All right. So I'm just gonna put this in the ForeFlight really quick. All right. So, what do we have? We said that it's going to be FCM to Midway. And then looking at routes, we said we were gonna do the Rochester and then Omai and Indy. And what runway for ND6? Let's say this 13 Charlie. So that way they know what type of routing, to give us on the arrival. There's the Rochester, and then from Rochester to Omai. And then there's that transition there. Purdy, Kooks, and then Endy to Stickney, and then that's why it was asking us for the transition right there. Endy. It's so cold outside. I wonder if that convective segment is still up, actually. Let's see. Dude, look at this crazy ass weather that's coming by. That's by my house right now. Dude, this is Southern California, and dude, convective Sigmet. This Sigmet has been around all day, and it's been legit. It's been real deal, like messed up. But then you got this convective Sigmet down south. And it was up here earlier. There was lightning up here earlier. Fucking idiot. And I'm assuming all the air mets. Look at the air mets, dude. Look at the air mets for the area. It's insane over here, man. It's insane, dude. All of the air mets are everywhere. But yeah, as far as we've definitely had some clouds. So you can see here like the Airmat Sierra there and like freezing low. It is cold out there. But dude, high altitude turbulence, low altitude turbulence, and Shari, what's up, dude? Yeah, well, look at this, man. I mean, it's everything. It is everything, really. I mean, I guess you had I know earlier we had Sierra, I want to say, over here. But anyway, yeah, it's been crazy. But what blows me away, dude, is anytime you see us, this is what's crazy, man. I mean, you have the Sigmet over the whole Southern California, and then the convective activity that was out here, man. I mean, it's just not good. Looking at the Pyreps, dude, the area was littered with Pyreps earlier today of people just getting the shit kicked out of them. Dude, the wind is still blowing, I believe, right now. Okay. So, in any event, let's take it to ForeFlight. All right, cool. So, going to the procedures, we've got the Rochester, the ND6, but then let's select the approach into Midway. Let's look at these NOTAMs here. So the 1-3 right and 1-3 left are closed. So thank God we chose the center by chance. We'll generate standard weather briefing for this flight too. So all good. So we'll do the RNAV GPS 1-3. Oh, you know what, Shari? So copy that. What you were saying about you're busy tomorrow night. That's probably going to be better anyway because I can't imagine this weather's just going to die off, but maybe it will. So we'll just fly sometime super soon, you know? It's all good. I am down for that though. We'll split the cost for a another rapid fire and I'm really looking forward to like looking at the difference in how you do it from the first time to the second time just by having experienced it. But then if I go first and you can kind of see like things that I'll be doing, like for example, if I was, like when you did John Wayne and we were just on the downwind leg, like not really, we were trying to, well, you were on the downwind leg. If I knew that's why I was asking you about what we were going to do after John Wayne, because on that downwind leg, we could have been getting the weather for Fullerton. And you started to, but really, really late. But when you started to get the weather for Fullerton, she was giving you a base leg already to intercept the localizer, But if we knew we were going to do the VOR into Fullerton, and then after that we were going to do the VOR runway 25 into Hawthorne, dude, I would have been getting the ATIS for both of those airports. And then you can make sections on your sheet of what the ATIS was and what the altimeter settings were, and your two A's, your ATIS and your altimeter setting are done. When it's time to do 5 A's for those airports, the first two are already done. But you do have to, the thing about that trick is you have to be aware of what time it is, because you can't just do that and then forget that the ATIS changes, at the top of the hour. And I've made that mistake too. Like I've worked ahead like that, like too far ahead, and I didn't realize that the ATIS changed. So I went to go report information, whatever, Charlie, and they're like, information Delta's current. Let me know when you have Delta. Oh shit. Now I have to go get the weather when so just make sure that you're aware of what time it is. Whatever. So there's always work that you can do to get ahead. And then that makes rapid fire like really fun because dude, you're like crazy ridiculously ahead. Also, when you were getting set up for the localizer into John Wayne, remember how high you were? One of the things that I was trying to teach you in the sim, good techniques of using the VOR2, the cross radials, is continuously keeping number 2 on you, continuously keeping the number 2 VOR centered, because then unless you're actively doing same side safe, if you want to set it to what you think the next cross radial is, and you want to do same side safe immediately and determine whether you're there or not, then fine. But that isn't what happened, right? You set it, and it was like 2 or 3 fixes behind you, and there was no same side safe going on, So instead, it's a little more advanced. But what you can do is just keep number 2 on you the whole time, and then wherever you find yourself on the localizer, you just look at whatever the selection is. What's coming up. You know that if you're on a 055 radial and you have a 062 cross radial coming up that's published on the chart, that's the next one that you can put it, and then you can put that next one in, and then of course you're same side safe for that, already. But you already know exactly where you are on that localizer, like what radial you're on. But that's what I was saying, dude. Like, John Wayne is no joke fast as fuck, dude. It's super, super fast. Unless you're really like hyper on top of it. So I thought you did really good though, man. That was a lot of fun. A lot of learning going on. All right. So I'll send that to the plates. And I will send it to the flights. And we'll go ahead and go to the briefing. Dude, you know what I should do is do a I should do a Learjet. Yeah. Uh are you allowed to use ForeFlight during training? Oh yeah, dude. Definitely. In fact, they give you a tablet. I love my iPad mini, but they give you one for the flying. Um but oh yeah, by the way, is my internet, is mine coming in smooth, by the way, for you guys? Like, is my stream coming in good? Because I wonder. Generally, yes. Like, okay. Because my bit rate up in the manager is showing not super great, but I mean, it's showing. Yeah, I mean, this is looking fine. I don't know what the problem is. So, anyway. All right. So, NOTAMs. Um. Oh, okay. So, runway 13 Charlie is closed February 16th to 27th at 0600 until. Oh, it's on your side. Oh, sorry. I got you. Um, until the 6th. So, from 0600 to 11:30 Zulu. Um. Okay. Gotcha. 13 left, 13 right, close. Let's actually see here. We've got ILS. So the Pappy for 13 Charlie is out of service. The 15th until tomorrow. So that's interesting. ILS runway 13 Charlie out of service. Oh, just late into the night. The tower probably closes. The lead-in lights out of service in the same time frame. So yeah, 13 Charlie. Gotcha. Like, yeah, for 5 hours into the night. So just, yeah, those are closed. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we've got the 13s and the 4 right. Okay, cool. All right. Good to know. I like how they start that off, by the way, with the closed runways at the destination there. That's pretty sweet. So we got it. What do we have over there? We got AirMet Zulu. So there's our route right there in the magenta. And we're right around there. where it's active during the passing time. So, 0245 Zulu to 0900 Zulu. Yeah, on the 16th at 0618. So we're there for, we're near it for that short time. It even shows you, dude. How cool is that? So, dude, that's so crazy, dude. Look at 0618 Zulu and 0638. It tells you those red times right there are when we will be close to it, and also over there at ND. So pretty much on the arrival. You know what? That's a good question. I haven't gotten that far into my reading of the systems. Right now I'm reading about the APU and but I suspect that it is well, it could be it's probably heated leading edges. I imagine maybe it's boots. I don't know. It's going to be either heated leading edges or boots, and then I'm assuming that the engine, the inlets are heated as well. And then you've got heating on the leading edges of the empennage, and all that kind of stuff. So probably just your standard things. Although the question about the de-icing, oh, you said what anti-icing does the plane have? What anti-icing? It's I mean probably just your regular standard like pitot heaters. It's got a couple different pitot tubes on it, and I'm assuming that there's an angle of attack little thing on the side of the plane. I'm assuming that that's heated as well. So you have that kind of anti. I thought you asked about de-icing. Sorry. So let's see here. Yeah, an Airmet Zulu. Okay, cool. Sweet. The whole area over there is Tango. That's pretty crazy. So one thing I want to, yeah, the angle of attack sensor I want to say is heated as well. It's like a little fin. It's like it's a little fin that's able to pivot. Let's see here. So active. So we're definitely going through it the whole time. So from 05. Oh, so it's active from 0245 to 0900, and we're in it the whole time. Active during 0550 to 0650. They figure it's about an hour flight, which is pretty cool because that's actually what Sky Vector was saying too, at about 400 knots. So a couple of different tangos there. There's a tango over the whole big area. Strong turbulence, strong winds, and low level wind shear. And then right in there. Interesting. So up high, though, we've got Airmet Tango up high right over there. These PIREPs, really just one over Red Rockford. Looks like an urgent one. 757 reported low-level wind shear during the descent. Okay, that's not cool. Not a good time to get it. So what do we have here, man? Yeah, that by the way, that makes sense. That low pressure that brought that cold front in. That's why that air is so cold right now, man. You even got a little bit of the mixed icing out there. See like the pink and stuff like right there. A little bit of icing right out where I am. But over here, Wisconsin and Michigan, there's our there we are right there. So yeah, the Bravo flying cloud is essentially Minneapolis, which is what, Minnesota, I guess. Yeah, Minnesota. Okay, cool. Forgive me, I don't know all my my cities there. My God, this fucking guy. My roommate is so fucking loud. It's so obnoxious. Idiot. All right. So yeah, basically, look at these isobars are really tight. These gray lines. Some clouds. We have some mixed icing up there. So what's going on METAR wise? Looks pretty good. So the departure right now, it looks like on the 16th at 04:53, 060 at 4, 7 miles clear. Temperature -2, dew point -6. So it's cold as shit there, but it's also relatively dry. It's a dry cold. The fact that you've got to be -6 for clouds and stuff. So your sky clear, dew point -6 nonetheless. It's kind of the same thing throughout the area, by the way. Sky clear, even though it's cold. Sky clear, that's pretty awesome for the icing situation. But wasn't there like a Zulu? Oh shit. Wasn't there a airmet for icing out there? Where was that? Oh, it was over that. Oh, I see. Not really where we're going. It's more north of where we are. I see. I see. So all those airports, good visibility, clear, and cold, and relatively dry. Really dry. OWA right there. Temperature 2. These are all minus temperatures. Like, these are all negative temperatures. But then you get to KOWA. And temperature 2, dew point -1. Let's see here. Oh, and then the winds are light, but then it's gusting at Rochester. So see, the more south you get a few of these airports that are blowing pretty stiff and then gusting randomly. DVN gusting at 21, gusting 30 at MLI. Okay. And then at Midway, it's like shit you not wind at 18013, gusting 24. I guess it's not shit you not wind, but I mean, it'll definitely, the plane will be moving for sure. With the ceilings up at 25,000. Sweet. So we find ourselves up in the top right corner of this page. Yeah, pretty strong winds. I agree. It's kind of crazy. So right now, what is it? 10. Let's Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So where do we find ourselves right now in Zulu? Yeah, 10. So minus, or well, plus 8 actually is 6. Or no. Yeah. 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 6. So we are like right in there. Okay, gotcha. Oh, wow. Forecasted clouds. That's pretty crazy. Actually, let's go to where we are right now in 6 Zulu. Yeah, because it's essentially 10 p.m. Pacific right now, plus 8 is 18, which is 6. But then if it's p.m. right now, it's 6 a.m. tomorrow. So we're actually right in here. And, which is kind of crazy because it's like, that also explains why you could see here. I don't know why they made like the ice the exact same color. You can't tell, but this is all where these clouds are. There's the icing air mat right in there. And you can kind of faintly make out a blue outline. So damn, those are all like low ceilings and freezing. That's ice for sure. I'm looking forward to looking at the icing forecast, seeing where the. Actually, is that on here? I don't see it. So what I want to do is actually go off of this for a second and take you guys with me into aviationweather.gov. This is like my favorite icing report. This is the best. It's really weird that the standard weather briefing and ForeFlight doesn't show this. But you come here to the forecast, you go to the icing. This is the best kind of icing report that you could get. So let's see here. 2 hours. Yeah. So we could see here. Oh, shit. Yeah, see that? So right around 16 Zulu, uh, we see over our home airport, solid, super cooled large water droplet threat. That's where the clear ice is. Um, let's see where it is. 9,000 feet. So we would definitely be picking up ice on the way out. But in any event, this is where we're at right now, actually. So nothing really all the way up. And it isn't until a couple hours from now that we start seeing the issues here. Yeah, and it's really just at that one level. So if we could just climb through, make sure the ice doesn't glob. If we could climb really, really rapidly and just make sure that ice doesn't glob on, then we'd be okay. But I'm not really worried about it because this is where we're at right now, and I see no ice where we are gonna be. But this is like all of those clouds that we were seeing, all of those low ceilings and stuff, and the air met Zulu that's out here. That's why you can see it all in here. So what else do we have? We've got wind chart. Oh, TAFs. Okay, cool. So things look good. Rochester. passing over Rochester at 0605. So for the 16th at 06 to the 17th at 06, it's a 24-hour TAF, it looks like. They're showing winds out of the south, pretty strong winds out of the south. Greater than 6 miles visibility, broken 25,000, so high broken ceilings, high ceilings. And Rockford. Ooh, Rockford showing IFR with the rain. You can see the light rain showers. Overcast 800. IFR, and then Midway actually late into the evening on the 17th at 0100. IFR all the way down in there with rain showers coming. Interesting. So it looks like we have like a crosswind pretty much the whole time. Icing. Let's see where that winds aloft is. So filed. Oh, damn. We did not file 41,000. We should have filed shit. We should have filed damn. We're doing 29 or no. Yeah, we're doing 29,000, man. 29,000. All right. So we got that. We got all this stuff. Cloud coverage, winds, TAFs, and then the wind chart at our altitude 29,000. So it's definitely freezing. Winds are, let's see, they have us top of climb around Doctor. So right in there. Yeah, so winds are pretty much like 70 knots or something pretty consistently, like out of the southwest. So that's good. I see no like abrupt change in wind, really in velocity or direction. It's all pretty much. Zach, what's up, man? Dude, you missed it. We were spending the first little bit of the stream looking at a Kalitta Charters flight on what was it, Flight Radar or something like that. And you could see somebody did a flight today. It looked like a training flight. They got to like you could tell what segments were like autopilot, what segments were by hand. They did some touch and goes. They did like a teardrop entry. What I'm assuming is the RNAV runway 34 into one of these, or an RNAV approach into one of these airports, circle to a longer runway. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to look because you have the data there. You have the ADS-B, the altitude and the speed data. You can see like where they kind of experimented with some slow flight. Really, really cool stuff. So, but now we're doing a route. We're doing a Kalitta route right now, actually, that I saw on the history on that website. All right, departure NOTAMs wise, out of Flying Cloud, just obstructions. How are you, man? What's going on? Yeah, the radar altimeter unreliable. Autoland heads up display to touchdown. Enhanced flight vision. Ops required. Radio altimeter data. Hover modes not authorized due to the 5G fucking it up. Dude, playing some DCS, sick. Are you still in the F-18? So really, departure NOTAMs wise is just like ILS runway 10 right, unserviceable. Um, Dude, such a good airplane, man. What are you working on? Are you doing like anything in particular, or just like messing around with it, having fun, doing some landings or something? Always curious about what your next thing is that you're learning. As somebody that clearly loves learning. Oh yeah, yeah. So the FDC out of the departure. Let's look at the departure procedure. So what are we doing? We're doing the we're not doing the Orski. We're not doing the Colt. We're doing the Rochester. I see no NOTAMs for the Rochester. Playing with some guys doing missiles and stuff. Sick, dude. You guys are going after each other. And the ODP. Okay, cool. So nothing about the Rochester SID. That's great. ILS runway 13 center. Unserviceable on those days. We saw at that day at those times. Looks like the 16th from 0600 to 1130. We saw that. That was the like 10 p.m. to 3 3:30 a.m. Just like really late. Same thing with the other ILSs, same exact thing. Obstructions, runway. So we saw the runway closure is when we're landing late. You know, the runway is closed. 13 Charlie. Pappy on so runway 22 left. Taxiway closures. The radio altimeter stuff, same. Due to the 5G. Idiot. Let's see here. So the RNAV RNP X-ray we're not doing, and the ILS 4 right we're not doing. So otherwise no NOTAMs for the destination. That's pretty nice. En route, these approaches that are not available. Let's see here. Airspace. Yeah, I saw no TFRs either that would have showed up. These are all like unmanned aircraft stuff. Looks good, man. All right, let's go fly this thing. The plan is to do a flight from Minneapolis to Chicago and fly one of the routes that I saw online that they did, that the Learjet did a couple of days ago, and or yeah, like a couple days ago. And so what I did was I went in through flight radar, or whatever that is, flight radar. I made a spreadsheet of all of the airport pairs that I saw in the history on flight radar for this specific airplane, and I believe this is if I get in the Learjet, this will likely be the one that I'm flying. Although there's a chance that the plane will be actually the Falcon. Although I did request the Learjet specifically. So it's cool to be able to follow the specific airplane and fly the routes, you know. The bummer is not having a pilot edge cover. You know, pilot edge coverage doesn't go out that far. Dude, I am excited, man. I'm really excited to see how it's gonna all work. I think that I'd be a lot more nervous if I hadn't already put in the time at Loft at the 142 facility at the citation place. Because at least with them, you know, sitting with the director of training of that 142 facility, I was able to see that the arm it works through everything. In a crew environment, like, it's not a problem at all. And without that, there'd be no way to really know how is it gonna turn out. And even there's still a little piece of me that's like nervous because you know, the sim is the 6th week of training. So here I am, like, busting my ass for 6 weeks, you know, and I just hope that sim turns out okay. But the really cool thing that when I think about it is I'm not gonna go 5 weeks and never sit in the plane. There's gonna be opportunities in the weeks that I'm there, like doing the ground, doing systems and stuff like that, to sit in the plane too. And I imagine that at that time, you know, I can just arrange with the director of training my class to just kind of work extra. Maybe I was thinking, like, you know, he seems like a really nice guy. I talked to him. He's actually the one that called me to let me know that I got the job, to actually extend the offer. I didn't know that it was director of training until I got the email later. I was like kind of joking around with him and shit. And then I got the email and I was like, oh my God, Travis is that was the director of training? Jesus Christ. So, he seems like a really nice guy, you know, that he would give me the chance to he would like work with me a little bit more, I think, just to kind of figure it out. They seem like a company that is willing to figure it out, you know, to help me figure it out. So in that regard, I am extremely excited, but there is that part of me that's like nervous that my girlfriend like helps me work through, that the nervous voice of like, oh, I hope that this doesn't happen, or I hope that, you know, I hope that this, you know, shit. So there's just like, but then I talked to this guy that I look up to, who's he's from birth he has one hand, pretty much his hand, he's below the elbow, but he's got like no lower forearm and hand, and he's a United first officer. talking to him through this whole process has been really, really helpful. And just, you know, seeing what his take on all this is, you know, what's his guidance, what's his experience, you know, like going through this, like, so I was really excited to like let him know that I got the offer. But then I was talking to him today. I was like, you know, hey, what's your experience in the sim? Like, do you find that companies, like, whether they're the 121 that you're used to, or because he did charter for a little while too, you know, are you finding like in their standard operating procedures, are they like left hand does this and the right hand does that or whatever? Or are they just like, as long as you can get the job done and have positive aircraft control and stay very, very far ahead of it, like, you know, are you cool, you know? And he seemed to think that, you know, he's like, no, dude, I've never heard of that. Like, if you can, as long as you can do it, then you're good. And that's what the chief pilot said too. So I like to think that, because what I'll need to do, like I believe I told you before, is like I need to reach across my body. You know, my left hand, I'm in the right seat. My prosthesis is on the yoke. You know, my left hand is essentially on the yoke. And so I'm having to like lean forward kind of, and my right hand is across my body for the power, you know, which is fine as long as, you know, you're ahead of it. But so I was asking him, you know, are they okay with that? What are the situations when the pilot flying has the controls and the pilot monitoring is actually on the power, you know? And there was one where he could think of. And so I don't know, man. I'm just trying not to overthink, and I'm trying to be happy about just the fact that it's moving forward and not finding problems with that might come up or whatever. I'm trying to find the healthy balance of like being present and being happy with what's going on, but also looking somewhat ahead so that I could adapt, because it's a different, you know, situation. Katie's clapping for herself for being like the most patient person imaginable with all my fucking annoying like worrying about stuff, because I care about this process. Oh, I'm joking. I'm kidding. I know. No, you're amazing. Okay, so we are K. E. FCM. How lovely is that name? Flying Cloud. It's like, whoa, I bet there's some hippies that fly into there. And then MDW. Well, that was really cool, man. I mean, spending an hour and 40, like, you know, looking at the route that they did today and looking at the standard weather briefing, like, for this flight. It's the way to do it, dude, you know? And then, I think you're adorable, by the way, BDP. Proto, what's going on tonight? Well, we are doing a route for the company that just offered me a job. What I'm going to be doing from now on for IFR to really, honestly, I'm thinking about just every single sim like needs to be, you know, dedicated for this, which couldn't really hurt. What we'll do is, there's no Learjet, unfortunately, that I could find in 2020 or X-Plane, and the Learjet 45 that's in FSX is horrible. So, you know, we're using the working title CJ4, using Jeppesen procedures, actual IFR routing, you know, using the actual altitudes, and it's close enough speeds. Yeah, just getting familiar with the routes. Yeah, I looked on uh, Flight Sim, or what was it, Just Fly. Dude, I didn't find anything, which is I'm really surprised by, dude. A Learjet, come on, man. BB, do you know where I got this guava goddess from? From a pretty lady. I got this guava goddess from a goddess. Babe. Well, it's true. If I get raided with a bunch of people, then I'll say it again. Dang it. What did we say, by the way? Like, which runway? They are taking off. So it's 070 at oh wait, I bet it says it right here, dude. See, that's not, this isn't correct. So they are 070 at 3. We said that we are departing one, oh yeah, that was 10 right. That's right. One zero right. Okay. So if that's the case, then we need to start over here, I guess. Treats for first officer. You're so cute. You are so cute. Yeah, dude, and if you guys want to follow along, feel free. I'm in the Clipped Wing. I'm in the West USA. Come follow along with me, dude, while I start this thing up and put in the route. I'll leave the... I'll type the route actually in here. Actually, you can see it. I'll just leave it. I'll leave the charts up there. You should be able to see that. Let me know if you want me to blow that up more. But you could see the route in the in the helicopter. I could do slow flight the whole way. Even then, dude. Okay. I think that's good. Clouds, clear skies. And let's do scattered. Actually, few is fine. Screw it. Yeah, so babe, I talked to Eric. I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but I talked to Eric about his experience in the sim and like, hey, like are people cool about, you know, because the way that I would fly this plane is very unconventional. And I'm like, are people weird about you not doing it exactly, you know, in some way or something? And he was like, no, I've never heard of people like very, you know, intensely being like, you have to use this hand for this, and you know, basically like if you could just get the job done, and if you have positive aircraft control, like if you're ahead of it, as long as you're fixing problems and, you know, you know, staying ahead of the process, then, you know, then you're good. So that's pretty, that was pretty reassuring too. It's like helping me fight the urge to, like, you know, reach out to the training director and the Be like, you know, because I think I'm fine. I think I don't need to go in to, you know, I'll be able to sit in the plane when I'm there. I think I'm fine, dude. I'm not tripping. All right, so generator is off. I'm still kind of on the fence about visiting. Because I know you and I talked about like saying just keeping it super simple and being like, hey, like I just want to see how, you know, my prosthesis like fits on or whatever. But dude, I think I'm like leaning more toward, the more I think about it, the more I'm leaning toward just like, you know what, it's gonna be fine. Dude, Proto, I told you, right? Like, isn't that so weird? All right, so avionics and generators are off. Cool. Yeah, dude, I knew that you wouldn't find one, but I was gonna let you see it yourself because I couldn't believe it really either. That they do actually have, they do have a tiny Cessna jet actually. If you look, there's the Cessna, the Citation 510 is a Mustang. It's a really small jet. All right, we got to make sure everything's off. Off. But other than the 510, the Mustang, which by the way is a G1000, it's a really really nice model that they used. Ignitions. All right. Did you see the 510 anywhere on there? All right, N2 is coming up, N1 is spinning. I really, really recommend the Mustang for sure. If you're trying to get into jets and practice, you know, those speeds and stuff, especially if you want to hand fly, it's a really, really nice model for X-plane actually. So it even flies really nicely by hand. This guy's gonna get like sucked in, dude. Oh, is that right? I was wondering about that. I was asking about that in the beginning of the chat or of the stream. I wasn't sure. That would be so awesome if that was the case. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. And I'm excited to see how they responded to 2020, you know? Okay, so we've got oxygen. So we got N2, stable N1, oil temperature, pressure, good. And we'll go Gen. And it looks like good. Okay, cool. Let's go with the N2 coming up. So what's really cool is the Learjet job back there. It's gonna be it's an air ambulance. So like these seats are gonna be like taken out, You know, you got this whole area right here that's for a stretcher that's all like hooked up with medical shit, and then you have like a couple of seats for like 3 or 4 like techs, like some med techs, you know. Okay, everything is stable. Systems, hydraulics, battery, 22 on the amps on the DC. Good, okay. My shit is like tripping, dude. This shit is like so spazzy. Okay. Alright, cool. Cockpit open or closed? Oh, you mean like the door right here? It's open. It's an open cockpit, and there are doctors. There are doctors and nurses. I think they're like probably EMTs, like paramedics. Okay, FCM. No. This isn't the airplane. This is a citation. This is it's a CJ4. This is not the airplane is a Learjet. It's a Learjet 45. I think it's something similar to this. I'm not sure how nice it is. It's probably not that nice. And then MDW. You know what, I'm assuming that it's an old school kind of like beat up cockpit probably, but they probably have a really nice like a Garmin, like a GTN 750 in there or something. And then some basic, you know, glass here or something, you know, nothing really like too crazy, but sweet. So we're going to be doing the Rochester, no transition, 10 right, execute, and then go back to the index, and the arrival, we're going to be doing the ND6 with the, what did we say? I think it was, oh, that's right, the OMI transition. And then we're doing the RNAV Zulu 13 Charlie Ginkle. Sounds good, man. And that's it, actually. Let's go to the performance. Actually, you know what? Let's get our weather and stuff. ATIS is 124.9er. Clearance delivery on 121.7. Ground is 121. Wow. Oh, I see. So interesting. 121.7 is ground as well. All right, cool. Sweet. And then tower is 119.15. Sounds good. And then what I want to do is get the heading bug is on 0, 9, or 8. All right, there's the set to the runway. And let's go ahead and switch our, just make sure that our lower menu here is set to the plan. Vectors, FGT. Yeah, there's our departure right there, SID. So let's actually, there's our departure. Faux bug, Dr. Cordy, and then Rochester, okay. And then from Rochester should be Oh My. So we're on the arrival there. There's Oh My. So Oh My, Ugly, Farce, Chomp, Hedok. Oh, Agony, my bad. Agony, Farce, Chomp, Hedok, and then Purdy, Kooks, Jills, and then Endy, and then from there it's the Gorok, and then Vectors. So let's get rid of that discontinue that's right there between Gork and Gickle. Oh, it's Vectors, that's why. Okay, never mind. Duh. Cool. All right. And then looking at the approach. Looks good. Okay, cool. So let's go back to the P position. Let's get our weather and then let's get our performance. So this is Flying Cloud. FCM. Now, I still haven't figured out how to really, like, engage COM 2. I don't think COM 2 works on this, actually. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. But, I mean, I know I have the ATIS in there. How many hours do you have flying? I have about 1,000 hours. I've got 600 hours of, almost 700 actually, I think, maybe 650. 650 hours of instruction given in airplanes. And I've got about 500 cross-country, about 100 IFR, I would say. 30 hours of multi-engine. Okay, let's go and get the weather. So what's the weather here? So we've got automated weather is, actually it's not automated, it's 070 at 3. Actually, I have just under 1,000, so I kind of got lucky. I got, I think being an instructor, a CFI. I'm a CF double I. I have a lot of volunteer work for Angel Flight West, doing blood transporting. Like I volunteered doing things for Angel Flight West, what this company does for air ambulance, and I understand IFR really well for where my level of experience, and so I think it all like worked out. But I do actually have under 1,000, so I mean I'm pretty lucky, absolutely. 070 at 3 6 statue, or 10 miles, let's just say. Sky conditions, haze, clear. Temperature -3, dew point -6. Altimeter 2964. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. Both interviews went really, really well. And yeah, everybody's trying to hire. I think that's the other thing too, is they like, especially a company like this, it's a big company, and so I think that they were willing to take a chance on me because they've got good training. They are a strong company. Like, they've got great leadership. They are just, I think, good people. Like, they're one of the few companies out there that aren't trying. I don't know. I think it's got to be tough for companies because they know that pilots are just using them. A lot of the time, they are aware that pilots coming through are just using them to build hours to go to the airlines. But I told them, I'm like, I'm not interested in doing 121 flying. I'm not interested in stepping stone to the airlines, I'm trying to look to, I believe in teaching. I believe in flight, in instruction. And what I want to do is keep moving up, though, in the company to help flight instruct at that 135 level. So when the pilots that are coming through, they are good, but they need a little bit more, and maybe they need like a more like deeper IFR stuff, or whatever, I want to help in the training department there. So I did send an email to the director of training right away, earlier today, I think, or yesterday, just being like, hey, I know that I'm new, but I'm interested in doing this, so I'm really look forward to meeting you and whatever. So I think, yeah, and I was discussing all of this in my interview with the chief pilot, and he was like, I think he was stoked on that. So I think it's gonna go really well, man. I think it's gonna go really well. Some heli dudes that got put into tours with just 500. No way. That's wild, man. That's wild. In probably in some crazy helicopters, huh? Oh, 44s, I see. But still, 44, I mean, that's kind of a, you know. What engine is that, by the way? I know they take the Lycomings and they just put them on the sides, right? Is that how they do that? They do like a regular, like a regular horizontal, like a flat 4, and they just put it on the side. Yeah, it just flipped, right? That's so fucking crazy to me. Do they are they spinning? What RPM are they trying to spin at? Like, what's your rotor RPM? Like we fly like fixed wing, the prop RPM is, in like the mid 2000s, and 20, or actually low to mid 2000s, 2300 RPM, 2400 RPM. I know that the yeah, so I'm wondering what the all right, so we are like rotor RPM depends on temp, but average, like, so it's the same. So dude, so it really is, and that makes sense because the same engine. That's super interesting. Okay, so we have information Romeo, and we are trying to go to Chicago Midway. So Flying Cloud clearance delivery, Learjet, or I guess Kalitta 451 Charlie Kilo at the north, or shit, we're at the wait, why am I not? showing up. Oh, damn. Hold on. I have to do my flight events. That's right. There we go. We're at the north ramp, requesting IFR to Chicago Midway, Learjet 45, and yeah. So 451 Charlie Kilo, you're cleared to the Chicago Midway Airport via the Rochester Departure, Rochester transition, and then as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 290 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 134.7. Squawk 0432. 451 Charlie Kilo, cleared Midway, Rochester departure as filed 7,000. Expect 290 minutes after departure, 134.7. 0432 for 051 Charlie Kilo. Read back correct. And then let's go ahead and put 7,000 in here. Okay, and the altimeter is set already. The 0540. Oh, okay, gotcha. Dang, the 0540. So isn't that... That's high performance, isn't it? One 134.7. Oh, you don't have something like that? Gotcha. 7,000. 0432. Oh, it's more of a weight issue. That's really interesting. Gotcha. Cool, man. All right, so we've got our weather. Let's look and see. Let's put in our takeoff data. So takeoff, it's going to be wind was 070 at 3. You need to be tight. You need to... Oh, but that's true too for the fixed wing. Anything above 12.5, it's considered large, and you need to be typed for that too. Or any turbojet, you need to be typed as well. So that makes sense. So there, you need type over the same weight, but you don't have a high performance thing. That's interesting. -3. So we have a V1 of 81. Hovering takes a lot of power. Oh, interesting. We've got V1 81, rotate at 89, and then V2 107. Let's go test the autopilot. Command bars come up. Defaults to roll and pitch. And then let's bring that back up. Max power out of ground effect. Oh, so no wonder. But in ground effect, you get a lot of help with that, I imagine. Okay, cool. So I think we're good. Let's test the... Alright, and we're actually going to set flaps for takeoff. And we'll bring the boards in. And let's check our checklist. Yeah, worst weather is calm wind. You really could use you really get a lot of help with the headwind, probably even more than airplanes, huh? Avionics, climate control. Yeah. Climate control on norm. Or, well, that's gonna, the source is norm, and then, or both. Yeah, norm, and then climate control norm. Fuel transfer is off. Okay. Yeah, Shari, that'd be... I'm so intrigued by the helicopter transmissions. I'm like, how does that even... how does it link, you know, the rotor on the back, you know? They're obviously linked together, but dude. Climate control, passenger. Let's go beacon, strobe, taxi. Oh, alt or the belt. Oh, no shit. Trims are set. Flight controls are free and correct. Speed brakes, flaps were tested. Hydraulic pressure. We have hydraulics are good. Anti-ice. Takeoff data is set. Avionics are set. Autopilot was engaged and disconnected. We can actually disengage. Altimeter is set. Pressurization. Taxi, the lights are on. Brakes, parking brakes. Okay, cool. Taxi check is complete. And we're ready to go. So Flying Cloud ground. 451 Charlie Kilo is at the north ramp, ready to taxi 10 right. We're going to say taxi 10 right, cross via Alpha Golf, cross 10 left at Golf, hold short, runway 10 right. All right, Alpha Golf, cross 10 left at Golf, and then hold short 10 right at Golf. 451 Charlie Kilo. All right, cool. So let's go parking brake off. And it's going to be a left turn over there. So here we are on Alpha. We got Golf up here. It's kind of frustrating because and we're crossing 10 left at Golf. These taxiways are not always what they should be. And we are clear final out there. 451 Charlie Kilo, cross 10 right at Golf. And then Golf Bravo Hotel. Clouds look pretty. All right, we are clear Bravo. Oh, there's somebody out there flying. All right, so we should have a right at hotel here. And we'll go ahead and do our pilot briefing holding short. Oh, that's the critical. All right. Okay, so briefing our departure. We're departing runway 10 right, 5,000 feet of available runway. We are climbing via the Rochester departure on 121.2. Is that what I have? No. They probably would have given me 121.2, so I know I wrote down in the clearance a different frequency, but I'm doing my own clearance, so. All right, and so we verified the fixes. The initial climb runway, oh, it's gonna be the, yeah, runway heading, so out of flying cloud, yeah. Yeah, it was runway, yeah, it was runway heading, I guess. Clearance to fly, okay. Okay, great. So then, yeah, we're going to be cleared to Farmington VOR, and then climbing to 7,000. We're not transitioning to Waterloo. We're going to Rochester, and we've got V1 at 81. If the engine fails below 81, we will power to idle, brake, bring the airplane to a rest, and taxi off. Above 81, we will continue the takeoff, rotate at 89, and then climb at 107 to a safe altitude, and then return. The heading is set there, and yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Get on with the tower. Tower is 1915. Good there. And then actually on the approach, let's brief our approach into Chicago Midway. Oh, I see. Yeah. The runway's closed right now, so 10 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. So the ATIS is 13275. Approach is going to be on that frequency. Ground is 12165. It's a WAS approach. And final approach course of 138. Crossing non at 1600 on the LPV to a DA of 861 on the altimeter. 250 above the ground. Airport elevation 620. Touchdown zone elevation is 611. 3,400 feet MSA. Missed approach, climb to 1100, then climbing right to 2600. Direct Eon VOR and hold. What is that actually? What is that? Piatone? Yeah. Circling not authorized at night, not applicable to us. We're not doing Barrow VNav, and we're not a helicopter, so no applicable notes. No notable terrain. It's going to be Gickel, Amy, Ruddy, Hall. Just double check those. Gickel 25. Yeah. Gickel 25, and then what? Amy at 23. Yep, Amy 23. Ruddy at 2000. Yep. And then glide path intercept at 1600. Yep, non-haul, and then boom, good. And actually, we could even stay further ahead and do our minimums. No radar altimeter. But the Barrow is 861.
Minimums.
861. Cool. Okay, sweet. 4,000 RVR or 3/4 mile. We got the Pappy off to the right. That's an interesting approach light system. Looks like just the lead-in lights. And then we briefed the missed approach already. So briefing is complete. And we're ready for departure. Flying Cloud Tower, 451 Charlie Kilo, holding short 10 right at hotel. Ready for IFR departure, Rochester. 451 Charlie Kilo, clear for takeoff, 10 right. Sounds good. Oh, you know what? Check one more time. Flaps. Set. Lights. And we've got pitot-static heat. Looks good. All right, clear final. All right, and let's go. We've got 2 happy engines on the roll. Takeoff power set. We've got V1 coming up. All right, there's V1. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up, and flaps up. And let's go flight level change. Back that power off a little bit. Over to departure, 451 Charlie Kilo. And this is Minneapolis Departure, 451 Charlie Kilo, is 4,000 climbing 7,000. Climb and maintain 1-3,000, and then right direct Farmington, 451 Charlie Kilo. So let's go 1-3,000. And then direct. Keep it under 200. And climb check. N2 is stable. Oil temperature, pressure, oxygen, hydraulics. Battery is happy. Climb power is set. Gear up, flaps up. Checklist. TCAS, radar, set radar. And there's 10,000, so let's go ahead and speed up. Wow, the layers of clouds look beautiful. Damn. Climb and maintain flight level 290, 451 Charlie Kilo. Okay, so radar is on. Go around button push. Oh yeah, all these were good. Takeoff, throttles are set, brakes, control. After takeoff, landing gears up. Flaps are up. Climb power, yaw damper, autopilot is on. Pressurization, altimeters are set, 2992 above 18, and cruise to go. Looks like we got 2 miles to Farmington. Wow, dude. Pretty. All right, we're 210 for 290. 134.7, 451 Charlie. Switch over to departure, 451. As much as I love to continue watching this, I have to go to bed. Enjoy the night. Oh, dude, hey, buddy. Thanks for stopping by, man. See ya. We'll talk soon, man. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, yeah. So switch over to Minneapolis Approach on 134.7, 451 Charlie Mike. Or Charlie Kilo. 134.7. Minneapolis Approach, 451 Charlie Kilo is 260 for 290.
Altitude.
All right, so we're 280 for 290. And then with a cruise check complete, or to go. Duty Vox, thanks for stopping by, man. No problem, and dude, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens when I'm able to still help from afar for sure. We do have altitude capture in the mode there, and there's no problem, doing Zoom, and most of the review is not. The flight schools want you to think that it all has to be done in the airplane, but most of it is actually done ground, and it can be done in the sim, So it's I can definitely help out. Wow, look at these fucking clouds, man. But yeah, have a good night, dude. We'll talk soon. Alright, so, Rochester Approach on 119.8, 451 Charlie Kilo. Rochester Approach, 451 Charlie Kilo, level 290. Alright, let's do our cruise check. Throttles set, pressurization, ice. All right, cruise check complete, descent to go. Let's brief our approach. All right, we've got page 12.4, November 21, effective December 2nd. And we've got the ATIS ready to go, 13275. We got the tower, we got the frequencies in there. It's a WAS approach. Oh, bam, my bad. Hold on. Sorry, guys. WAS approach, final approach course of 138. It's kind of a tight, it's like a base to final turn right there. You guys can see in the plan view. It's like from Amy to Ruddy. From Gickle to Amy to Ruddy is like an extended base, and then the turn from Ruddy to Hall to the final approach course is like a base to final turn. But anyway, it's what are we doing? 450 knots true. Crossing Non, the final approach fix at 1,600 LPV. I wonder actually how long this. Let me time this briefing. I haven't timed my my approach briefings in a while. Okay, so the RNAV Zulu runway 13 Charlie into Chicago Midway, page 12.4, effective December 2nd, November 21. Frequencies are there. It's a WAS approach. Final approach. ATIS is set. Final approach course of 138. Crossing Non. Final approach fix at 1,600. Down to on the LPV to a DA of 861. 250 above the ground. Touchdown zone elevation of 611. 3,400 foot MSA. Climb to missed approaches. Climb to 1,100. Then a climbing right turn at 26. Direct to the VOR and hold. No applicable notes to us. It's not flying at night. We're not doing LNAV, VNAV, and it's not a helicopter. No notable terrain. We checked the fixes and the altitude restrictions. We've got a PAPI off to the right. RVR of 4,000. Approach briefing is complete. Yeah, dude, so we can get that done in a minute. Top of descent. Actually, that's a good point. We can. We just crossed Rochester and we're on our way to Omai. You can see right there that magenta segment right there. Omai starts the arrival actually. So I imagine our arrival, has us descending soon. In fact, there's a mandatory 24 flight level 240 at Ugly. So let's figure out what our descent rate needs to be for that. We've got 5,000 feet to lose, and we need to do it in 56 miles. How about this? Let's do let's say it's 1,500 feet per minute. Actually, you know what? A good rule of thumb is it's the 3-to-1 rule. So if it's 5,000 feet to lose, then it's 15 miles out. But we'll just figure out. We'll do it both ways. So at 1,500 feet per minute, we need to lose. Actually, let's do it this way. Right, we need to lose 5,000 feet. And in 1 minute, we lose 1,500 feet. So that'll be 5,000 divided by 1,500 is 3.3 minutes. And in 3.3 minutes, if we're doing 400 knots, that's 6.7 nautical miles per minute times 3.3 minutes. $22 miles. So, what we just figured out is if we intend to fly the initial descent at 400 knots, then after oh my, you know, if it's a 56 mile leg, then basically when we've got 26 miles left to go until Ugly, we can start our descent. We should actually start a little bit before that though, because so that way we're comfortably at 240 before Ugly. We don't want to be like showing up at Ugly at 240. So, you know, frankly, I think Oh My could be the top of descent, and then we just cruise at 240 for the rest of for 20 miles. You know, so we could do that too. But that's useful. Now, the 3-to-1 rule says that for every 1,000 feet we need to lose, we need to start 3 miles out. So that would be 15 miles. So if we have to lose 5,000 feet in 15 nautical miles, right? This is a scenario where that is the 3-to-1 rule. 5,000 feet in 15 miles, 333 feet per nautical mile. 333 feet per nautical mile times, what did I say? I said it was 400 divided by 60. Yeah, 6.7. 6.7 nautical miles per minute. These are going to cancel. Yeah, see, that shit is no good, dude, for 400 knots. This is 2,200 feet per minute. Well, even more than that, really, but let's just say 200 feet per minute. That is not good. That is not good. We need to be doing this scenario right here. We'll start it out at 22 miles out. Well, actually, we'll start it at Oh My, which we got Oh My here in what, 20? We're coming up to it. Oh My in 20 miles. So, yeah. So we'll start a 1,500 foot per minute descent, and actually, you know, we could even go slower than that. If we got 20 miles left, you know, to go at 240. So we'll set that next 240 here, ready to go. $240. Can you request flight level change, or you just assume that arrival know how far out you need to start descent? Well, probably what's gonna, and I don't know. That's kind of what sucks about not having pilot edge in this part of the pilot edge doesn't go out to this far. I have pilot edge for the whole western United States, but yeah, this is all Midwest. So I'm just, you know, trying to do what I can to just get familiar with using Jeppesen and stuff and flying the plane. But I'm assuming that if I were to be on with controllers, they would clear me. First of all, I'd be on probably with Minneapolis Center at 118.85, first of all. 118.85. And there's Omai's coming up. And then I'd say Minneapolis Center, 451 Charlie Kilo, level 290. We're getting the weather for... no, we can't get the weather yet, probably. And they would probably give me a descend via clearance. So they would say 451 Charlie Kilo, Roger, radar contact. If or not radar contact, we would be in radar contact already. They would say descend via the ND6 and let us know when you have the weather for the airport, you know. And so a descend via lets us know that, like, right now we can actually slow down. And then altitude with a vertical speed, 1,500 feet. Let's make it 1,500 will work. 1,500 feet. And I'm just trying to fly 400 knots true. So yeah, you definitely can request a lower altitude, but if they give you a descend via, then they might even tell you descend via. I don't think they would give you a cross, because, you know, they could say cross ugly at flight level 240, but I don't even think they would say that. If they gave you a descend via, they would expect you to do your own vertical navigation and lateral navigation, and all of the altitude and altitude and airspeed restrictions are up to the pilot to comply with. So that's when, you know, you would be on probably VNAV actually. But, you know, we calculated our own top of descent, and then we just requested 240. They would say approved as requested, probably. It's a good question. It's kind of tough. Oh, we could be going faster, actually. We're doing 340. We could boost up to 400 for sure. Alright, looks like 380 on the true airspeed. And then what's our next altitude restriction actually after ugly? It looks like it's at or below, it's between 210 and 17,000 at Chump. So after crossing ugly at Amanda. Alright, we're 250 for 240. Altitude select is in with the reference of 240. And just like we calculated, we're about halfway through from Oh My to Ugly. We calculated that would put us halfway on the leg, and it worked out. Nice job. I like to just do those top of descent calculations by hand sometimes, just to kind of keep up with that, and it shouldn't be a big deal to do a quick thing of math. Also, the 3-to-1 rule does not work. I mean, if you're doing 400 knots, like, you could descend at 2,000 feet or 2,200 feet a minute, but your passengers are gonna feel that, I would think. So instead, we said that we have a known descent rate that we want to descend at, and so the question is that at that descent rate and at that speed, how far out do we need to go? And we're comfortably now at 240 to cross Ugly. Oh shit, overspeed. How embarrassing. If I was in the actual airplane, I probably wouldn't be texting my girlfriend right now. All right, we got 14 miles to Ugly, and then Ugly looks like it's Chump, and we could just really get down there however we want. I mean, it's 3,000 feet, and we have 3 legs. We've got from Ugly to Agony is 25 miles, 17 miles between Agony and Farce, and 20 between Farce and Chump. Like, we can chill at 240 for now. And we'll set, next one is, we'll take it down to 17. Go ahead and get the weather for Midway. So Chicago Midway, we are getting the ATIS now. It's 200 at 13. Actually, information Yankee. 200 at 13, gusting 23. Visibility 10. Sky conditions overcast 250. Temperature 8, dew point -1. Altimeter 2995. And landing and departing runways 13 center, 13 left, and 22. Or actually, yeah, wait, what is it? The wind is 200. So they're probably the landing 22s, actually. Interesting. Let's actually look at a change of plans really quick. Let's go look at those 22s, dude. I think we change plans actually right now, because we're planning on the 13 center, but 22 would be long runways, and it's like more of a headwind. So let's check that out. Flight plan. procedures and change the approach to, actually, we go to the plates. Let's look at the airport diagram real quick. Yeah, let's see if we can get 22 left. Yeah. 22 left, and then I think let's go to the north ramp. RNAV Zulu 22 left. Damn, that's... So we need to go to Dixon. How about 22 right? RNAV 22 right. That's pretty nice. We can go to Ruggo or Haxon. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Let's change the approach then. We will do approach the RNAV 22 right. Oh, the ND does not serve 22 right, I don't think. Is that what I'm seeing? Okay, alright. Weird. The arrival 22, it does not serve 22 right. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. So we actually are doing the 1-3 Charlie. Alright, cool, man. And Agony, we need to go down. So at this point, we can actually start heading down to 170. Altitude set, vertical speed. It's like kind of a chill 1,000 feet per minute. We have the ATIS. Over to a Quad City approach on 12595, 451 Charlie Kilo. 12595. What were we were doing the RNAV 13 Charlie, that's right. Wait, what the hell? Oh, the RNAV Zulu. The RNAV Zulu 13 Charlie, Gickel, execute. Alright, cool. Well, that's nice. Alright, so we have... And what was that? That was, Quad City approach. 451 Charlie Kilo is 220 down, descending 170, descending via the NB6 with information Romeo, or with information Yankee for Midway. Farce. Okay, so we're good for Farce. Alright, sweet. All right, so we're 210 to 170, and actually we can get our descent check done. Pressurization set, ice, altimeters set, exterior lights. Good. Approach, landing data. So let's go ahead and get our performance in there. The approach, we had 20013. Temperature of 8. And let's go ahead and get our speeds. All right. And let's go put them on ref of 102, approach of 108. See, these are slower than what I was seeing in the Learjet earlier in the flight radar. Their ref, I want to say, or yeah, their approach speed was like 130, and their ref was like 120 or 115 or something, like 120. So damn, you know, I think this is a slower airplane, and what that probably means is that this has better slow airspeed handling characteristics than the Learjet. It's probably got a better wing. Landing data confirmed. Crew briefing. We briefed our approach. Minimums have been set. Fuel transfer is off. Exterior lights. Ice. And then approach with flaps down in a second. So. Contact Quad City approach on 133-275 451 Charlie Kilo. Systems look good. One 133-275. Oh, not to scale. Okay.
Altitude.
All right, we're 18,000 or 180 for 17,000. Pretty solid in the clouds right now. Ooh. Sick. Little broken like pockets. Wow. Damn, nice. All right, cool. So, Exterminatus fell asleep at the computer desk. Oh my goodness. You sound like a workaholic. Your chair is that comfortable? Oh, dude, that's sick, dude. Everybody, you can need a good chair, dude. Look how dope this looks, man. God, I love the way that they do layers. All right. So coming up to Hedok and Purdy. Purdy, we need to be at between 19 and 15. Let's take it down to 15. very gradual.
Altitude.
All right, we are 160 or 16,000 for 15,000. Purdy for Occho. And then Purdy at 15,000. So 15,000 works for Occho as well. And that's going to be 13. And then it's 13,000. Stay away from that red line speed, dude. Actually, we're below. Oh no, we're good. We're above 10,000 MSL, so we are good to go on the speed because we are hauling ass right now. 360 true. But we could start slowing down a little bit. And actually, what I want to do is follow the VNav. Oh. So next one at Occho is 16. Kooks is 10. Let's go down to 10. All right. Alright, contact Chicago Center, 123.75, 451 Charlie Kilo. One, 2, 3, 7, 5. 1-3,000 for 1-0,000. Chicago Center, 451 Charlie Kilo is 1-2,000 descending 1-0,000. And approach request. We are requesting 451 Charlie Kilo, requesting the RNAV Zulu runway 13 Charlie into Midway with information Yankee. 451 Charlie Kilo, expect that. So now that we're coming up to 10,000 feet MSL, we got to slow down. 250 knots. All right, so we've briefed our approach.
Altitude.
Approach control is 128.2. Hey, can you guys see the approach up in the corner good enough, or do you want me to blow that up a little bit bigger? 128.2 on the standby. We have the weather. Coming up to Jill's. Jill's at 10,000 mandatory. And then ND. Okay, cool, awesome. Thanks, Exterminatus. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get 250. Oh, shit, we are way too fast. All right, there's 250 right there. We'll just hold that right there. Yeah, I love this, like, being able to stream my ForeFlight to you guys, and that, you know, my sim communicates with my ForeFlight, and that you can kind of see the airplane, like, right there, you know? It's pretty nice. You can kind of keep up and see where I'm at. Pretty dope little feature right there, man. I love being able to, like, brief approaches together and stuff. No, I have not. That sounds like a pretty cool title. 7,000. Oh, it's not descending. What's it about? Wind, sand, and stars. It sounds like it is about like exploration or something. You know? Yeah. Oh, dude, you know the one that I read that oh fuck, what's it called? I'm gonna look really quick at my Audible. Dude, you have to, like, every pilot should read this book, man. Can't believe it's like escaping my mind right now. It's like Skyfaring. Skyfaring by Mark Van Honacker. Skyfaring it's the way that he writes about flying. He's an airline pilot. Holy shit, man. So poetic.
Altitude.
Okay, we're starting to get ready for this approach here pretty soon. Let's start slowing this bad boy down, dude. What do you say? So we are ND, skinny. See, it's not... So we have approach, and it is not descending, so I guess we're just gonna handle it ourselves. 6,000.
Altitude.
All right. So we're coming up on 6,000. So we have Stickney. And then from Stickney to Gork. $6,000 mandatory, and then on the approach, 2,500 at the initial approach fix at a Gickley or Gickle. So from that, you know, once we cross once we cross, let's see, recipient of the Grand Prix of Academia Francois wins Sand and Star, captures grandeur, danger, isolation of flight. It's exciting account of air adventure, lyrical prose, and spirit of the... Oh, I gotta get this right now. Are you kidding me? What is wind, sand... Okay, let me get this on Audible right now. Wind, Sand, and Stars. Please be available. It doesn't look like it is on Audible. Damn it. Okay, I'll just have to get it like normal book then. Alright, Descend and Maintain. But thank you for the recommendation. That sounds amazing, dude. It sounds a lot like Skyfaring, actually. Alright, Descend and Maintain, 3,000, cleared, direct, oh, actually, no, not yet. Oh, wow, Avenue, what a quote.
Altitude.
Actually, you know what? Let's get some approach flaps in here soon. Alright, we got approach flaps. Lights. Checklist. We have flaps, passenger briefing. Seats. Before landing. Okay, cool. And one more systems check. System's good. Okay, descend and maintain, 3,000 cleared, Gickel, and then cleared RNAV Zulu runway 13 Charlie, 451 Charlie Mike.
Altitude select, glide path, discontinuity, cleared Gickle, so direct Gickle, execute. We have approach mode in and active on the lateral, and coming up on 4,000, descending 3,000. Let's get our tower frequency ready on 135.2. Alright, so we're going to be in approach mode. We need to set the altitude reference to the missed approach altitude. And we will go geared down between Amy and ready. Alright. Autopilot off. And it's 2,300 right now from Amy to, or excuse me, yeah, from Gickle to Amy. All right, we have the glide path, and we are geared down. We got a right turn here after ready.
Altitude.
All right, let's go do our last bit of flaps. Here comes approach speed. And I'm just trying to get on the center there. All right, and gear down 3 green, check, and approach flaps are there, good, really low. 500 feet.
500. Minimums.
Continue. Nice, I'm happy with that. Alright, left here at Papa. It's a hard turn behind, actually. Yeah, thanks, Exterminatus. I actually was really happy about that. I've been experimenting with landing these aircraft. I came in at the Learjet speeds. And, let's see here. Alright, flaps. Pedostatic. Go around button. After landing, speed brake 0, flaps 0, pedostatic, ice, radar on standby. Yeah, I was really satisfied with that. And then cross 3-1 right at Papa, 451 Charlie Mike to parking. What was really cool about that was coming in just slightly, actually on final approach, not at VREF, but at approach speed. And, you know, that way I carry a little bit of energy in, and then what I was doing was, just as I was going into ground, like I'm descending right toward the runway, a little bit of nose up trim to help me out, because I took my hand off the yoke to reduce power going into ground effect, so I had the energy with the speed. I had the nose up, you know, I had the level off pressure from the trim. And then going into ground effect with power idle, like, things remain the same. And I actually leveled out, like, and flared really easily with those. There might be something to that, actually. Cool. Damn. Well, alright, dudes. Thank you guys so much for hanging tonight. Microsoft Flight Sim, dude, that was a really great great flight. Really good practice for you know, on these charter routes that I'm gonna need to get familiar with utilizing these procedures. So let's keep that going. And just get familiar with all these, you know, airports and all these procedures in here. I should be doing this all the time. You know, I have a feeling that you know, from here on out for the next, you know, I have 7 weeks to get ready for class. Class starts April 18th. So I got to do what I can to study flashcards, study systems, routes, and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm probably going to be dedicating my instead of separate IFR Tuesday and private pilot Wednesday and fun Thursday or whatever, like I got to be flying these routes. So I'm really looking forward to you guys coming along with me and we just keep doing this. So let me take this off actually, flight plan. Okay. Yeah, that was dope though. That was actually that was a pretty decent landing, dude. Felt really, really good about it. I think that's the magic thing is a little bit of nose up trim right at the end. And then yeah, and then we're good. So I imagine in the actual airplane with my prosthetic arm on the yoke, I actually am in control of the yoke and the power at the same time, but I'm just having to reach across my body for the power. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a little different, but I think by practicing landing the CJ4, pretty similar airplane, and doing some hand flying like this, like I think probably next time I'll do way more hand flying. I can, I think by doing it with, the one-handed technique, like in the sim, dude, when I have my prosthetic arm, even if I'm reaching across my body, like awkwardly, I don't think it's going to be awkward. I think it's going to be fine, Avenue said, I'm certain you're going to do, dude, I appreciate it, man. I really, really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to making it out of training. I'm hoping to make it out of training. I think I will, and doing some in real life streams. Maybe pre-flighting the airplane or something like that, and stuff from different places or whatever. So anyway, you guys, I'm out of here. Let's see, it's midnight. Normally, you know me, dude, I'd hop on Fallout 4 right now, but I should study some flashcards. So I will get with you guys tomorrow, man. And probably around 7, I would say. 7 or 8. And you guys are awesome, man. Good night. See ya.